Hey now, Deadheads, Gerhard here again with another fantastic live Dead recording, and this one took me a little bit by surprise, but I think that these often do. This series, if you have not been following the Real Gone Records newsletter, you might not know that they recently reissued, over here, Dick's Picks 33 on vinyl, which is a massive 8 LP box set. This is the biggest of the Dick's Picks reissues so far, and I want to talk about that a little bit, the history of Dick's Picks on vinyl. It was a legendary, famous CD set, 36 editions of Dick's Picks on CD, but we've been spoiled over the past decade or so with Dick's Picks on vinyl. But before we get into that history lesson, I do want to share and show off this fantastic box set. Like I said, 8 LPs. I got a very low number this time, sub 1,000. What makes this one unique is that it's actually two full shows, two full performances back to back from 1976 on Bill Graham's Day on the Green concert series that he held in Oakland, California. And of course, this one, you hear Good Morning, or they keep referencing that it's so early in the day for the Grateful Dead to be playing. That's because they're opening for The Who. Which is a really interesting little tidbit and a really interesting piece about these 1976 Grateful Dead shows. 76, so we got Two Drummer Dead, of course. We've got Keith in the mix on the keys, and so really fantastic sound, and it is a Betty board. Some say it's the best sounding Betty board in the Dick's Picks series, and I can vouch for that. A fantastic sounding release on 180 gram vinyl, really just great, soup to nuts, everything that they've done, really high quality stuff. And so, they've got the classic Grateful Dead live concert box that we have for these box sets. As usual, they've got the liner notes. We got our classic Dick's Picks reissue vinyl liner notes, Day on the Green. Seems like quite a day. Strange for the Dead to be playing during the day. We think of it as nighttime music so often. And I just want to show off this one, side A, first LP, a little bit of wear, which kind of made me a little bit nervous when I first opened this up, so I had to really inspect all 8 records, 8 LPs. And they sound fantastic. And so no disappointment there. Really, really great. 2 fantastic shows. Sound great, look great. The whole package is really fantastic. So I did not expect Real Gone to reissue this one so quickly because it's a difficult one. It's 8 LPs. I think my assumption was that they would cap themselves at 6 LPs. We saw that with Dick's Picks 36. I think we saw that with 34 as well. But no, they are not shy to really load up these box sets. And so I think there was another Dick's Picks that's really quite long. I think there was like a 5 or 6 CD one. Got to double check that. We'll see if that ever makes it to the list for Real Gone or gets the reissue treatment. Kind of curious how far they'll go. What are the limits of reissue, especially as they get into these editions. This one's an edition of 6,000. The original, the first Dick's Picks reissues on vinyl, I think, were edition of either 1,000 or 1,500, much smaller editions, which is why they command such high prices on Discogs, on eBay. But they're up to 6,000 now, and they seem to still be selling through. It seems like an annual affair for Real Gone to pick a new Dick's Picks and reissue this on vinyl. But as I promised, a little bit of a history lesson and an explanation why I've got a hole in my collection. I'm missing Dick's Picks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. 7 got skipped over for the vinyl reissues, and that's because those reissues started about a decade ago. That was, I think, 2012. That a whole different label, Brookvale, was reissuing Dick's Picks on vinyl. And they started at the beginning, which makes a lot of sense to me. I think they did about 2 a year for the first few rounds. They did 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then I think 5 and 6 came out the same year as well. Those classic Ampex boxes, the red on top, black on the bottom, Dick's Picks covers that I think are probably the most famous. And then they skipped 7, and they did back in, I believe, 2017. They did Dick's Picks 8, that Binghamton College, the Harper College in Binghamton, New York, Dick's Picks 8 reissue. And that was a monster of a box set because they spared no expense. They sourced it from the original analog tapes, and when they handed off those original analog tapes for mastering for vinyl, they realized there was an extra song there. The original Dick's Picks 8, they skipped over a Cold Rain and Snow that was on the tape but didn't make it to CD. And so a little factoid or a little fun tidbit about the Dick's Picks 8 vinyl reissue is that it's got an extra song, an extra Cold Rain and Snow. But then between 2017 and 2018, I'm not sure what the politics were that were involved, but they switched things over. They handed things off to Real Gone to do the reissues. And since then, they've done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 reissues of Dick's Picks on vinyl. Like I said, an annual affair. And they're really doing high quality stuff, and they're doing bigger pressings. And so can't complain about the bigger pressings. I am personally a fan and kind of look forward to this as an annual tradition now. We get a new Dick's Picks on vinyl. Of course, we're all familiar with Dick's Picks. We have the CDs, or we can stream it now, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, if that's your favorite. But really nice to get a new addition to the record cabinet back behind me each year with a new edition of Dick's Picks on vinyl. And so really big fan of this. Really enjoying this release. Like I said, really fantastic stuff. I listened to it on the speakers. I listened to it on headphones. Just really fantastic sounding. So really happy to add this one to my collection. And so before I go, I've got 2 things. One, if you're not already subscribed, please hit that little subscribe button. It's free. I'm trying to build this community here and would love to invite everyone to keep coming back to watching my unboxings, my reviews, my shootouts, and my comparisons of various Grateful Dead releases. I'm going to be doing a Madison Square Garden CD box set video, hopefully next week. Hopefully it's shipping today. It's supposed to ship today. But those 6 shows across 1981, 82, and 83, right down the road, a subway ride away at Madison Square Garden. And then the second thing, let me know down below, comment down below, please, which Dick's Picks would you like to see a vinyl reissue of? Whether it's something that was skipped over by Brookvale, skipped over so far by Real Gone, or something that has already come out that you just want to see more copies of. For me, it's Dick's Picks 4. That's, to me, the holy grail of Dick's Picks releases. Just really fantastic stuff. Some prime time Pigpen era, fantastic Dick's Picks, fantastic Grateful Dead. And that, if I could get that as a box set, I have the eBay notifications, I've got the Discogs notifications. Can't quite pull the trigger yet, but if Real Gone did a reissue, or if Brookvale came back and they said, we're doing another pressing of this, I would jump on that immediately. But let me know down below, what is your Dick's Picks vinyl holy grail? Which one are you looking for? Which one are you holding out for? I'm really curious to see if you agree with me that Dick's Picks 4 is the best one, the favorite, or if there's another one that you're looking for. Maybe an 80s show, maybe a 70s show. Let me know down below. But thank you guys very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It's been a blast as always, so thank you very much. Peace.